What's up guys? Welcome to AnimeKouhai. If you'd like to help me out, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel.
I'll handle the rest. You rest. Grin.
Tears welled up in Velgrin's eyes. That name was a special one, a nickname given by her beloved, known only to one person in the world.
Welcome back, Rudra.
Yeah, it's just for a short while, but I'm here.
With that, Rudra, now inhabiting Masayuki's body, smiled. The time for a counterattack had arrived. Feldway scowled in irritation.
Rudra, what kind of nonsense is this?
Ha, Feldway, I'll handle you myself, but it seems the others could use some help too. Let's lend them a hand. Come on, Gran, you too, damn Rada.
In response to Rudra's call, the very fabric of space-time flickered. Two figures appeared, completely bypassing the material area.
Well, I've enjoyed some peaceful days with Maria, but even in death, you're still a demanding master.
The first to arrive, a man with golden rather than white hair, grumbled. Then, with a sharp, piercing gaze, he smiled.
Hinata, my unworthy student. It's a shame that you, the most gifted among all I've trained, haven't yet become a hero.
Hinata was shocked when she heard those words, recognizing the voice instantly.
It can't be, you're
I didn't get to show you back then, so now's the time. Let's see what you're capable of.
Master Granbell?
He appeared far too young to be her master, but it was undeniably Granbell Rosso. Granbell had returned to this world in his prime, at the height of his power.
Come, truth.
Granbell called out to his cherished sword. The Long's word truth, stored in subspace, peered in his hand, still glowing with its mythical-grade brilliance. And in the blink of an eye, an overblade, true slash, effortlessly reduced one of the evil dragon spawns to dust.
No way.
Granbell's victory was so effortless that it seemed almost to mock Hinata's struggles. The man who had been summoned after Granbell knelt before Rudra.
Your Majesty, you've finally awakened from your long slumber. I'm truly overjoyed.
Rudra gave Damrata an exasperated look.
You're persistent, damn Rada. Have you always been like this?
I've missed you, my friend. I've been through so much because of you.
Sorry, I don't remember, so I can't say.
Yes, that's exactly how you are. I knew it.
Damrata's indignation was clear, but tears of joy welled up in his eyes.
Don't cry, it's my fault.
Well, not exactly, but close enough. You've kept your promise, and that's enough for me.
Even reincarnated, Rudra was still the same Rudra. Damrata had sworn his loyalty to Rudra, who had once rejected the control of the demon lord and aspired to create a unified nation, a world where everyone could live in harmony through their own efforts. But a series of tragedies had caused Rudra to lose sight of this dream, leaving him disheartened. Damrata regretted the days when he was powerless to help his master, but now, in this boy named Masayuki, the essence of the former Rudra had resurfaced brilliantly. Just seeing his old master again brought Damrata immense joy.
Is that so? It still feels like I'm dreaming.
Well, dreams do come true if you don't give up, right?
If it's me, yeah.
If it's Rudra-sama, apparently. Anyway, I don't want to chat too long, and I can't let Gran outshine me, so I'd better get moving.
With a bright smile, Damrata ended the conversation with Rudra. He then casually walked over to stand next to Moss.
The great demon that has plagued my empire for so long, how disgraceful.
I've got my own issues right now.
Is that supposed to be an excuse? Well, I'm not interested.
You're back to your old self, I see.
Of course. I've always been Rudra's friend and His Majesty's loyal servant. I might have slacked a bit while His Majesty was away.
We're not enemies now, but I guess that's fine.
Moss said, giving a slight shrug. Damrata, smiling back, took a step forward.
Alright then, let's finish this.
With that, Damrata lowered himself into a cat-like stance. Shifting his weight onto his right foot, he became one with the earth and performed a warp movement, gliding across the ground like a cannonball. In an instant, he passed by the evil dragon spawn.
Holy Supreme Crumbling Fist.
From the point of impact, Damrata's fighting spirit surged through the entire body of the evil dragon spawn, leaving no way to block it, and disintegrating its very essence.
I'm glad to see you haven't lost your touch.
Moss complimented him, though his tone was far from pleased.
Then I guess it's your turn next.
Of course it is.
Moss agreed, still thoroughly dissatisfied. Seeing his old foe still alive stirred up unpleasant memories for Moss, but he knew he had to focus on the task at hand. Moss despised losing. It wasn't just the loss itself that bothered him, it was the thought of facing the wrath of his demanding boss, Testarossa, that he couldn't stand. Determined not to face that humiliation, Moss concentrated on how to fight without being defeated. This time, he realized that winning immediately wasn't an option. That's why he was stalling for time, but if there was only one enemy to deal with, the situation would be entirely different.
If it's just one, I can take them down.
Muttering to himself, Moss decided it was time to get serious for the first time in a while. He gathered the tiny clones he had scattered in the air and returned to his true form. What emerged was a striking figure, a silver-haired, blue-eyed man. He was the Grand Duke of Hell, second only to the Primordials. This was Moss. With Testarosa's growth, Moss had also been gaining strength daily. His existence value had surpassed the 1,079,397 EP he had reported to Testarossa, now reaching 1.5 million. Moreover, he wielded countless chakrams, the infinite loop. As Moss evolved, the infinite loop had also advanced to a mythical grade weapon. The current Moss, who had fully absorbed the power of the infinite loop, had an existence value of 2.5 million, surpassing that of the evil dragon spawns. With Moss getting serious.
Now you die, Infinite Eater.
As soon as Moss unleashed the technique, his body began to tremble. He became transparent and fragmented, surrounding the evil dragon spawn. The evil dragon spawn, now unable to move and looking at Moss with bewilderment, struggled to comprehend why it couldn't follow its orders. But this confusion wouldn't last long. Moss's attack was a dark magic technique that used his own body as a medium combined with the effects of his unique skill, Collector. The technique absorbed energy equal to Moss's own. In other words, the amount of magicule in Moss's body was directly transformed into attack power. Although the technique had a drawback, it couldn't be used again until the absorbed energy was fully sublimated. The Infinite Eater was his most powerful attack at the moment. Since using it rendered him temporarily useless, it wasn't suitable for crowded battles. It was a difficult technique to use with limited applications, but in this case, it ensured Moss's overwhelming victory.
That's still one hell of a move. I wonder how many generals have fallen to it.
I didn't waste it on the weak ones. Maybe you were just in a rush and got unlucky. Besides, I don't want to hear complaints from someone who uses mind-corrupting poison to slaughter demons.
Fair point.
Damrata and Moss exchanged praise for each other's performance in a manner that seemed more like they were mocking each other. With Moss's victory secured, the only one left was Hinata, who had just been casually handed the sword by Granbell.
Master, this sword is.
You can have it. I no longer have any use for it.
With that, Granbell passed the sword, Truth, to Hinata. The Granbell standing here was nothing more than a projection with a physical form. Even the sword he handed to Hinata had been recreated. The ability to summon past champions as entities similar to digital lifeforms was the true nature of the ultimate skills King of Heroes that Masayuki had awakened. This skill had also revitalized Minutes and Calgurio, restoring their power. And now, in this moment, Masayuki's intense anger had unknowingly amplified the power of the Hero's Beacon, summoning Rudra, the oldest and most powerful champion. The timing was perfect. Perhaps it was sheer luck, or perhaps it was inevitable given Masayuki's remarkable fortune. When Chloe defeated Michael's parallel existence, the information of the physical body that served as a substitute was already returning to the heavens. As a result, all of them were summoned by Masayuki to be integrated, making Rudra's presence more dominant within Masayuki. Rudra was now able to use Velgrin's powers as his own. By using Velgrin's parallel existence as a foundation, Rudra performed the incredible feat of giving temporary bodies to the champions summoned by the Hero's Beacon. Granbell's new mythical grade Longsword was also crafted using Velgrin's power.
You've used my power again, haven't you?
Is that a problem?
Not at all. Everything I have is yours, Rudra.
Though their exchange showed their affection for each other, what they were doing was utterly extraordinary. Masayuki's King of Heroes was a power that broke the ultimate balance, so it was no surprise that Feldway's face twitched in response.
Consider yourself lucky. This is a divine sword given to me by my master, Rudra Naska. It's leagues above any ordinary blade. And since you're inheriting it, you'll need to prove your worth.
Granbell instructed Hinata.
My worth, you say?
Indeed. I will see if you're worthy of wielding a sword passed down by a hero.
Granbell nodded regally at the puzzled Hinata. With Granbell's challenge laid out, there was no way Hinata could back down. After all, she prided herself on being a protector of humanity, and backing away wasn't in her nature.
Then rest easy. The current me won't lose, not even to my master.
You talk big for someone who isn't even close to matching these old bones. Remember this, it's the strength of our emotions that defines us. Victory isn't the goal. It's the better outcome that matters.
Granbell's words, focused on the future of humanity rather than personal victory, carried significant weight. Hinata took them to heart.
Yes, I understand.
Just as she had placed her trust in Chloe, Granbell had entrusted his ideals to Hinata. Accepting this responsibility, Hinata looked ahead. In her line of sight was the last of the evil dragon spawns. As she concentrated, she noticed a surprising change. Her consciousness was shifting more smoothly than usual, and the more she observed, the clearer the situation became in her mind. Despite the influx of information, everything was neatly organized, allowing her to grasp the movements of the evil dragon spawn as if she were holding them in her hand. The sword and the conviction that had been entrusted to her were driving this transformation in Hinata. Truth had acknowledged Hinata as its master and had unlocked her full potential. As a result, Hinata's existence value increased dramatically. Furthermore, Granbell's words had washed away her doubts.
It's a pity that you have yet to become a hero.
Granbell had remarked. Ironically, this was a statement that Hinata had the potential to become a hero.
If that's the case, I have to meet his expectations.
Her master, who was harsher than anyone else, had recognized her. This lifted her spirits.
I'll finish this quickly.
With that, she bid the evil dragon spawn a final farewell.
True slash.
Her opponent didn't even realize it had been struck. Countless slash marks appeared on the evil dragon spawn's body, and at that moment, its gaze met Hinata's. The evil dragon spawn tried to speak, but the words never came out. Before it could finish, its body disintegrated into tiny fragments.
That's it for this video, guys. Thank you for always watching my videos and supporting my channel. A big thanks to the AnimeKouhai patrons who made this video possible. Jared Bressler, Chad Vota, Chris Guzman, Havox, Speed Saber, James Waters, Arijit Das, Curtis Loban, Judah Herrera, Just a Guy, Miss L.W. Hernandez, Jason Martin, Zach Rossan, Byron, Jerry Sladek, Alfonso Smith, Donald Williams, Moab A, Day of Light, John M, John Charles, Godman Gaming, Akon Engok, Markithian Tidwell, Andre L. Hamilton, Adrian, Kumo, Sanketh Chelu, T. Bush, John L, Edgar Fuentes, JV, Dirty Old Hobo, Gonse Direco, Thomas, J, Christ, Juan Ignacio, Joshua Cousins, Jose Hernandez, Vethelny, Lunel Scarlett, Khaled, Christian Deshazer, Cal Robs, Divine C. Harris, Destiny Smith, Panda Cats, Aaron Alarcon, Monty Boy 98, D-Man, Ruben, Luis Caro, Yuki Iki, Pedro Robles, Chris Jr., Isaac, Koala King 93, Paul DeGrassi, Little 95, Coyote de Peza, Quilly Buckner, Zephyras, Alver, Normal Defate, Joshua Andrade, Jaya Keshav, L, Gary Miles, Nobody 0034, Dragon Spawn 666, J Rule, Sayonori, Alfredo Renteria, Liel Tiram, Liron Sangkap, Eric Tass, Christopher Mash, Ekotski, Foolish Prophets, Ethan Madison, Louis Strutter, Charles Bailey, Sky T, Diego Ginoza, Nick H, Andre Hamilton, Jason Torres, Sesh, Guy Ansley, Simon Road, Emperor WSA, Mika Espinosa, George Hage, Pratik Bandari, Arod Dare, Von Joseph, Deriha Skerte, Jackson Early, Smexy, Carl Stephen Bernadel, Tank Bailey, Gareth Hashimoto, Steven Madison, Homelike Drop, Fazli Topador, Nasir, Vasto Lord, Martin Ramos, Marl Barsha, Ralph Ignacio, Karen, Mark Charlie Els, Hansel Ortega, Yellow Wally, Efrain Hernandez, Luca Gaming WTF, William Locke, Jordan Mersha, Jay Magsino, Recru 17, Bismarck Munoz, Arion Booker, Kamal Luke, Izat, Mr. Santo, Akshay Divate, M, Wei Jun. Thank you so much for helping out. I'll see you guys in the next video.